DJI, I have an idea and I'd love you to listen to this one. It relates to this little thing here. Hi, I'm Ash from DroningON, and if you enjoy this content, then hit that subscribe button below and also consider joining the DroningON Club for a ton of valuable benefits. Anyway, some of us like to crash these drones, don't we? And what's the first thing that traditionally gets broken when you crash these? It's the gimbal, the tiny little mechanical but very delicate part of our drone that attaches to the camera and helps us to capture stunning shots. But unfortunately, it is very delicate and it's at the front of our drone. So if you do crash into a tree or it falls out of the sky, generally it's the first bit that gets broken and it's not cheap to replace either. You then have to send your drone off to DJI or a dealer for repair, and that means shipping it off, packaging it up, paying to have it shipped, waiting potentially up to a month or even more just to know if it's going to cost you money or not to get it replaced, and then to wait for it to be shipped back. None of us like to be grounded for that long, do we? So here's a simple solution, and I have to refer to one of DJI's past attempted competitors, GoPro. When they released the Karma, one of its cutting edge features was the fact that the camera and the gimbal unit removed from the drone entirely. This brought with it a ton of great advantages. For one, that the camera and the gimbal could easily be replaced by the consumer in the event of a crash or even just damaging it accidentally during transport. The ability to upgrade the whole mechanism as well, the gimbal and of course the camera, because it wasn't fixed attached to the drone. For example, there are so many Mavic 2 consumers out there who've bought 2 camera units and they've manually replaced the camera because sometimes they want to shoot with a zoom, sometimes they want the Hasselblad 1-inch, but it's a pain in the ass to do it. You have to undo screws and wiring and easier to transport as well, because none of us enjoy trying to get these fiddly, annoying gimbal camera covers back onto the drone. Instead, if you could just pull the camera and gimbal part out and put it into a specially designed little part of your bag, wouldn't that be simpler and less fuss? It also opens up possibilities for DJI to venture into the brilliant, innovative idea of the Karma grip, whereby GoPro allowed their gimbal to be docked onto a stick, and effectively you then ended up with the Osmo Mobile or the Osmo Pocket. That means that you're not having to invest in 2 expensive camera sensors, one for your drone and one for your portable shooting device. Instead, you're using the same camera, the same gimbal for both. But that is also a massive, massive benefit, I believe, that you would be using the same camera and gimbal for 2 products or more. For that reason, you might be able to then go out and buy a Mavic Air 2 or a Mavic 2 or a Mavic Mini 2 and not have to buy it with the camera. Instead, if you already own an Osmo Pocket 2, for example, imagine if you could just simply take the camera and the gimbal off it and plug it into your drone and go and fly. It would mean that the raw cost of the products would come down for us, the consumers, and also it means that we can interchange cameras between products. Now, obviously there would be some compatibility issues to overcome here, because it wouldn't be straightforward to take the 1-inch Hasselblad sensor and connect it to your Mavic Mini 2, especially seen as the camera sensor itself is almost as big as the drone. But if DJI could accompany this with some kind of system that would make compatibility very simple to understand, for example, they could come up with a Class A, and any of the camera gimbal combinations in that class will fit the Osmo Pocket, or the Mini 2, or the Air 2. Then they could have a bigger, more extreme class that would fit the bigger drones such as the Mavic 2. I would really love to see this happening, DJI, and so I plead to you and the consumers watching this video to get this video shared, because it would reduce costs for DJI, it would make life simpler for us, the consumer, and it would stop us seeing so many drones sat there broken because of a dodgy camera and gimbal. Comment below, guys, with your thoughts on what you think about this. Would it be a good idea or not? And if it's not a good idea, why not? Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you still want to interact and make this video even more popular. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Thanks very much for watching.